Welcome to the step-by-step demo on deploying the Hello Whale, the Flask application in the Kubernetes cluster using Helm. In this video, we'll go over how to set up the necessary resources, scale the application, expose it to the external traffic, and configure monitoring with Datadog annotations. Let's get started. So the architecture overview is showing the cluster part of it and the developer writing the code in Flask application and pushing it to the repo, the GitHub repo, and creating the Docker image and containerizing it, creating the Helm chart with Helm package and deploying to the Kubernetes cluster. And along with Datadog logging system, Argo-cd, Istio service mesh, and the vault. And the application will write the logs to the Datadog and access through HTTP endpoint. So let's move on to the next section where we can start up Minikube cluster. Okay, I see I've ran this command to start the Minikube cluster, and let me open the new tab for going along with the application Dockerfile and very much relative to the containers. Okay, so that's the application written in Python, importing the libraries, initializing the Flask application, initializing the Datadog with API key, and defining the log format, setting up the Datadog logging handler, and file handler for logging, console handler for logging, ensure the Flask logs are at the debug level. And yes, and moving on to the Dockerfile. So I have used the security best practices for the Docker container creation using an official Python Alpine image for a minimal base image, setting up environment variables for Python to improve performance and logging, install built-in dependencies for Python package, set the working directory inside the container, copying the requirement files, installing the dependencies, creating a non-root user, copying the rest of the application, ensuring the logs exist and has the permission for the .log file, switching to a non-root user, that's app user, exposing the port 8087 to reduce the attack surface, setting up the Datadog log collection configuration, and defining the entry point and the command run the Flask application. And there are a few requirements, that's Flask and Datadog. Now, next step is creating the Docker image. Let's run the command docker build. I'm using the version 3 as the tag v3 with the name Hello Whale. And let's wait for the image to be created. I had to stop that process because I have not connected to the Minikube Docker environment. So I'm reconnecting it back. Okay, now let's run the Docker build. Hello Whale with the version 3 v3 tag. So I've also explained a few of the key aspects within the Dockerfile, security, defining the working directory, copying the application code, and setting up the image tag. So once the Docker image is created, and we can go ahead and with the next step would be Helm chart. So it's building up. It's a little bit slow, but we can wait to it finish. And let me maximize this window. Okay, the container is created now. We should be able to see that. Now let's move on to the next step, which is creating of the Helm chart. So let me quickly go ahead and share some of the information. Okay, so there you go. That's the hello world. I've created a chart. So for managing our Kubernetes resources, we'll be using the Helm as it offers easier templatation and management for complex application. We created a Helm chart on our Helm Hello Whale application, which defines various resources, including deployment, uh, chart, values.yaml file, service.yaml file, HPA, gateway.yaml file. Let me go step by step with the values.yaml file. Okay, let me go on the top of the file, beginning of the file, yes. And let me explain the file itself. Main configuration file on the Helm chart allows to pass dynamic values into Kubernetes template without hard coding them. Let's break down the important points here. So, important point of the section. So the replica count is set to 1, image, uh, repository specification, the Docker image to be used for the application, which is hello whale. The tags is used to identify the version, and the pull policy is set to never. Means image won't be pulled from the remote repository. It will use the image available locally, and where the local environments is like Minikube at the moment. And the service is cluster IP. The service type we have changed it to cluster IP because to expose the service only internally to the cluster. Later, this service will be exported externally through the Istio. And the service will be run on the port 8087. The main part is the resources, where resource limits and resource request ensures the application has sufficient CPU and memory resource allocated. The requests are at the minimum uh, and the limits are at the maximum allowed. Moving on to the next part, which is like HPA. So let me move the page up. Yeah. HPA is allow you to turn the horizontal pod scaling, and it's set to true. Minimum replicas is 1 pod and maximum replicas is 10 pods. And this application will scale on basis of CPU utilization percentage, which is set to 50. HPA will trigger scaling when the CPU exceeds 50% of the requested CPU. Yes, and namespace is set to hello world. Ingress is set to false, disabled at the moment for this deployment, but you are instead using, because we are using Istio to manage the external access, if needed, you could set this to true to configure ingress directly. And let me move to the next file, which is HPA, Horizontal Pod Scaler. Yeah, the main part here is API version, kind, metadata, spec, scale, target reference, which points to the deployment and the API version as well. It tells the HPA which pod to scale. It refers the deployment using its name and the kind API apps /v1 and the deployment part. And there are a few things: minimum replicas and maximum replicas set from the values file, and the resources are also set for the average utilization from the values.yaml file. Let's move on to the next file, which is gateway. .yaml file. API version is set to the Istio, kind gateway, and yeah, the metadata name assigns a name to the gateway. Namespace is again, it's taken from the values.yaml file. The spec selector Istio ingress gateway. And for handling incoming traffic, this is how the traffic from outside the cluster is handled by Istio. And server port is 80, host is star allows traffic from any host, essentially opening it to all incoming traffic. And just below that is the virtual service dot part of it. It also gives us information on API version, kind, metadata, spec. The main part is gateway links to the virtual service to the Istio gateway, which we're creating. Traffic entering through the gateway will allow this routing configuration. So yeah, and let's move on to the main part is the deployment.yaml file. Okay, there are a few points here which needs to be in line: API version, kind, metadata, and namespace, and replicas as well, which is set to 1 in the values.yaml file, and annotations like including Datadog configuration, like integration to automatically collect logs from the application. These annotation tells Datadog to monitor network and log data from the application, specifically from the service and the log rules and the path. And yes, so there are a few other things. It's like container name, image, and the port and the resource are being pulled from the values file. And let me open an integrated terminal window. So yes, and let's create or upgrade with the Helm chart into the Kubernetes cluster. And the cluster is up with the Minikube command, which I've used it earlier. And we are using K9s to visualize this. I'm expanding this window. Okay. And yeah, let's hit to the pods. And let me check. Okay, the resolution version is 7. The Helm upgrade command was successful. Yeah. And let's see in the namespace, because there's a lot. Hello world. Okay, I see the pod is running. Let me describe it. So we should able to see, yeah, and I'm also able to see the version is v3. Great. Okay, now there is service which will be running on this pod. Yeah, and let me port forward with Shift F and using my tab to click OK, and it's taken 8087 port. Let me go ahead and refresh this page. Oh, application was already started. Yeah. So I see like the application is accessible, and let me see if we have any logs coming through. Uh, let's refresh it. At times it's a little bit slow with Datadog logs. I'm able to see the service here. Let me expand this window so we'll be able to see it clearly. So filtered it to the past 15 minutes. At times it's like a little bit slow, close to 30 seconds to 45 seconds. It's because the pods are starting up. So on the Datadog, as we have just started the cluster, so I was able to see that it's still initializing and running some of the containers. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes. It's because once we have all the containers up, we should be able to see the logs coming through. So now we have all the pods running. So we can quickly check any logs coming through to the Datadog. Yeah, there we go with the agent. Let's filter it through our application, which is Hello Whale. Yeah, there we go. We have some, let me maximize this. We have some logs coming through now. Let me refresh. We should have more logs coming through. Oh, I think the port forwarding might have stopped. Let me see. The Hello Whale, Shift F. Use my tab. Port forward activated. Let me refresh. Yeah, there you go. We should have more logs coming through in some time. So let's wait. And then we could also put forward the Argo-cd server. Okay. Shift F. Oh, no, I think pause. Okay. Okay, so it's actually, let me check if I can open to any of the ports which I'm already using, 8089. Let me go, which is available. Okay, and also let me port forward Kiali as well. Shift F to 20,001. Okay, port forward that as well. Let me say it's 8089. Refresh it. Argo-cd. And we have the Hello Whale synced. Refresh. Okay, and also, yeah, refresh apps. Okay, and Kiali. Let me refresh to, yeah, there we go. Even the dashboard's coming up for the Kiali. Looks good. So far, let's do a quick recap. In this demo, we have successfully built, deployed, and exposed the Hello Whale Flask application in the Kubernetes cluster using Helm. We have also configured the application for autoscaling and set up the Datadog for monitoring. And let me quickly show you the HPA for scaling. So currently the memory is 31, as we set it to 50 to autoscale. And let's describe this. And maximum replicas is 10, minimum replicas is 1. And we're able to see that. And also HPA was successfully calculate replicas. Great. So looks good. Let's jump back. Yeah, so we can apply similar techniques to manage other applications in the Kubernetes environment. And summarizing the key steps, what we have taken, and the checklist shows the final application running into the browser. So we followed almost all the steps and deployment, application, and user access. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to explore the Helm chart and try customizing the configuration.